When a student in your class does the wrong thing and you respond to that behaviour with a consequence, do you see that consequence as a punishment or as a well thought out response designed to minimise the chance of the student repeating the offence? Hi, Richard here from Learn, Implement, Share. And again, we're having a bit of a chat about discipline, in this case, punishment versus behaviour correction, in regard to the challenge of steering off-task classes into engaged classes. Classes that are oppositional, where we don't feel confident that we've got them because we haven't got them, they're problematic, shifting them into classes where the students want to be in the room, they want to get on with the task, and there's a good culture of learning. And sometimes you need to think about what you're doing with individual students. All those classes have got 2 or 3 usual suspects that are particularly problematic. So what are we going to do? Now, look, in these videos, we're not going to talk about a whole range of student management strategies. You might need to go into a course. I've got one that is particularly focused on student management. But we're talking about our attitude as teachers around these issues. And this question, is your response to students' poor behaviour, are those responses punishments or are they well thought out strategies to bring about change? And in my experience, most of my career, the responses were punishments. And most teachers see their responses as punishments. And you need to ask yourself, where are you at? Because your mental attitude you have around your responses will dictate whether it's a punishment or whether it's not. In fact, 2 different teachers could issue the exact same consequence, and for one it's a punishment, for the other it's a correction. It depends on how you approach it. And my argument here is that if you are issuing punishments, you're not going to get the change that we're looking for. And what's that change? That change is to shift students, individual students, and to shift classes from being oppositional, offside, disengaged, into being engaged, good culture of learning, want to be in the room, happy to do the work, taking some responsibility. So punishments won't get you there. And in the same way that the war on drugs doesn't work, never will work, the same way that prison sentences usually don't work. This idea, if I punish the student, they're going to realise that's not very good and that will cause a change of behaviour. It doesn't work. My big wake-up call came later on in my career, and I was still in reactive mode. I was fairly new to the school. I was experienced as a teacher, but I was trying to establish myself in the school, and I still had classes that I wasn't happy with the level of engagement. And I was reacting to what was going on. And I had an off lesson, and I was walking from one place in the school to another, and I walked through this colleague's D&T lesson. It was kind of outside the classroom, around a table. And one of the students that I taught was doing her usual thing, being off task, and this teacher just went, I'll call the student Avril. This teacher just said, Avril, I can't remember what he said, but it was so gentle, and it was a consequence, but it was just so well handled. And it was a mind blow for me. I thought, wow, if that was me, I'd be going, Avril, how many times have I told you, blah, blah, blah. I chatted to the teacher in the break. I said, I saw what you did with Avril. I thought it was fantastic. I need to do that. And the teacher said to me, Richard, someone told me once that when a student misbehaves, rather than thinking of the behaviour as an attack on your lesson plan or an affront to me, the teacher, or something that's oppositional, see the behaviour as the student asking you, please sir, could you give me some life correction? I need some life correction. I need a lesson to help me be a better person in life in this moment. That was a pivotal moment in my career. I realised the truth of it, and my response was, oh man, that's so true, but I feel like I'm a light year away from being able to even do that. But the wheels of change really turned quickly after that, and because it was for me, it was such a monumental awareness shift. I saw the truth of it, and very soon I was responding to those situations in a much more positive way, with much more power to affect change. And that's the thing. The stern, strict, reactive kind of teacher doesn't have the power that the cool, calm, collected, my consequences are well thought out, everything I do is to try and steer positive change in my students. So it's a paradigm shift in operating. So I'm hoping that you get something out of this and have a think about it for yourself. Are you a bit too reactive? Should you be more responsive? Do you feel like, yes, this is a good message, but I don't know how to go about doing it? Well, stay tuned because there's more coming. So I hope you got something out of that, and I'll see you in the next one.